What I love about Nick Fuentes being white,
but this is a real nigga you're talking to,
is that none of these grifters can stand up to him. I'm going to give you a good case in point. I'm black. If I say the things that Nick Fuentes says about Candace Owens, Charlie Kirk, the Daily Wire, the first thing a lot of these people would do is bombard me and call me a victim, or they'll say to go back to the Democratic plantation. They'll shut the conversation down. But hell, nobody can tell Nick Fuentes to go back to the Democratic plantation.
This is some real nigga shit.
So that's beautiful to see him deliver every punch that I throw for me when dealing with these right-wing grifters. He's delivering my punches for me, and he's putting a little bit of stank on it.
I'm done with all the Uncle Tom token blacks. Like, you're not that smart.
Yeah, he may be a racist. That's not a deal breaker for the punches that he's throwing for me on my behalf. Yeah, these grifters can ignore me when they have larger platforms than I do. They can fill my comment section with hate and chatbots. They can steal my content and nobody will be the wiser. They also can mass report my videos like they did on TikTok. Brandon Tatum reported my video on TikTok for bullying him. He reported me on YouTube before as well. The only thing that I done was call him out on his hypocrisy when it came to his rhetoric, like I'm about to do now. Press 1 if y'all want to see another Tatum call out. Y'all want to see a Tatum call out? Press 1, because I'm going to give him a call out today. I like seeing him get kicked in the nuts like he did when Nick Fuentes said what he said. Brandon Tatum looked like a man who got kicked in the nuts.
Someone that looks like me, that comes from a similar background, because I want my kids to look like me. I want my grandkids to look like me.
But are you, sorry, I just want to make sure, did you say I'm a racialist or I'm a racist?
You know, for a long time, I would say I'm racialist. Now I just say I'm racist.
Okay, so when you say you're racist, because these definitions get changed.
I want y'all to pay attention to that look that he has on his face. Brandon, I want you to see this video because that look that you have on your face is the same look that black people have when they look at your videos and hear your disgusting rhetoric.
Congratulations, Officer Uncle Ruckus. Thank you.
But go ahead.
Around racist, anti-Semitism gets expanded. What do you mean when you say I'm a racist? Because I think most people watching this would go, if you are a racist in the traditional sense of the term, why are you on this podcast, right? Wouldn't you just go, you know what, Candace is black, and therefore I don't want to speak to her.
Right.
Certainly not going onto your show and saying, why won't Candace have me on? That doesn't really seem to line up with the traditional sense of the idea of racist. So
yeah, and I'm using it. I'm being a little tongue in cheek. I mean,
and see, Candace was only on that video with Nick Fuentes trying to get herself further ahead in her grifting career. The more controversial you are, the more popularity you get. So here goes Candace Owens trying to get controversial, and she didn't even realize that she was dealing with a snake the whole time. Yes, Nick Fuentes is a snake. We can't blame the snake for being a snake.
For the purpose of understanding, I'd say my views are I'm a racialist. But I do think that we need to deconstruct this idea of racism in the sense that, look, you're black, I'm white. It is what it is. For my entire life, people have been walking. It is what it is. For my entire life, people have been.
He said, I used to say I'm a racialist, but I'm a racist. He go on to talk about how he want to marry somebody that looked like him. That, like, black people are not all the same. This is where people become racist in my book.
Black people are not the same. This is the same Brandon Tatum that said this.
African Americans in this country and in America, they commit half of the murders in this country and over half of the violent crimes in this country.
Black people are not the same. That's the hill he wanted down today. But isn't it Brandon Tatum who gets online and say these racist tropes all the time? But black people are not the same? All right. But see, the only reason he sounded woke because, well, we'll talk about that in a minute.
Black people are not the same. So when you say black people and you generalize, that, to me, that's racist. That's like thinking all white people are the same.
Isn't this whole platform built on making blanket statements about black people? Is Brandon Tatum's platform not built on making generalizations about black people, negative blanket statements? I mean, I'm not the only one who heard those racist tropes. Smash that like button, people. He's so dumb, he just blew his own damn cover. Right. Boot kissing his white master. That's why he went on a woke tirade response to Nick Fuentes. He don't want that. He don't want that smoke from Nick Fuentes. Brandon, you don't want that. You might want to just leave that white boy alone. You know what I'm saying? Leave that white boy alone. He'll ruin your career too. He'll have you running from him like Charlie Kirk running from him. If you see your boy Charlie Kirk running from him, man, you're not an exception. I'm sure he'd love to get on top of you too. So yeah, let's see what else he says.
That's racist for a black person to think all white people are the same. There's Irish, there's Italian, there's Jewish. I mean, you go down the list. There's different white people. So don't you say all white people are the same. I don't want to marry a white person, and you say I want to only marry black. Think about this for a minute. If I said I only want to marry black because of my culture, well, what culture are you talking about?
The culture we're talking about, the same culture that you get online every day and bash. The same culture that you get online and say, what is it? That black people are only 13% of the population, but commits over 50% of the nation's crime.
Is that black on black crime? Is that black on black crime?
You's a bitch. I told you. Everybody on your live stream know you's a bitch. And when I see you, I'm whooping your ass.
African culture? You talking about African American culture? You talking about Texas culture? You talking about the bloodline of Tatum culture? What are you saying? I don't discriminate against different people based on the color of their skin.
He don't discriminate people based on the color of their skin, but every video he makes, you look at the title, it's something clickbaity, and it's something that has to do with black people. Let's see, black people ruin everything. Black culture is trash. Black people this, black people that. What it is you're getting back that bad karma.
Cause we niggas, both of us, and that's all we ever gonna be. That's all we ever gonna
be. and what Nick Fuentes is saying, he would. Like he could see a black woman and like her, but he can't be with her because she's not white. That's racist. Now you can do it. You live in America. You do what you want to do. But he said it out of his own mouth, and he said stuff over the years. It's racist, but it's okay to be, if that's what you want to be. I don't care that Nick Fuentes is racist. I don't care that Nick Fuentes wants to only marry white people because he wants his kids to look like him. I don't care. He's entitled to his own opinion, but I don't want him walking around and saying he's not a racist. No, you racist, but it's okay for you to be racist. I mean, I want the people that are in this comment section. I know it's some white people in the comment section that feel some type of way about what I'm saying, but just say if I said I don't want to marry, I'll never marry a white woman. Why would I marry a white woman? I want my kids to look like me.
Freddie, we're going to talk about what you just said here. So white people can do all of these egregious things to black people and he'll defend them. The McMichaels hunted down Ahmaud Arbery and was convicted of a hate crime. Brandon Tatum got up and defended them. Brandon Tatum calls black people out for being racist all the time when pandering to his racist white audience. But let Nick Fuentes talk about interracial dating, and that's the deal breaker for his comfort level with anti-black racism.
Yeah. Cause we niggas, both of us, and that's all we ever gonna be. That's all we ever gonna be.
Yeah, that's why he's upset about it right there. If we as black men all got on social media today and said that we only want to date black women, I strongly doubt that any white conservative would make a fuss. No white conservative will say that I'm a racist because I want to date black women only. No white conservative will raise a fuss. Find me one who will, that will call me a racist for saying I only want to date black women. They're not too fond of their daughters dating or marrying anyone outside of their race. And let's be brutally honest when I say that black men, including myself, are not much competition for white men in a successful white man's dating market. White women are not lining up to be disowned by their families or be the topic of conversation at the holiday dinners. They're not. They're not. I don't know what kind of fantasy a lot of y'all are living in, but they're not lining up to be with us. They might fuck you. They might drink with you, but they're not lining up to date or marry you. When y'all brag about going to the college campus and fucking these white women, they're doing that shit away from their hometowns. They don't want Brad in their hometowns where they're from, knowing that they even laid down with you. They're getting turned up on the college campuses and going back to their hometowns and getting married and living the picket fence lifestyle. I remember when I was in college and there was a woman named Tabby, right? Oh man, she used to make my toes curl. I started catching feelings after 2 years of shagging. Now, I was just fun to her. I didn't know it at the time. I was just fun while she was away from home. When I wanted to take it to the next level, she shut that shit down. She was from old Southern money, and she did not want to be cut out of her inheritance by bringing my black ass back home. I was everything that she could have found out of a white boy. I came from a good family. I had conservative political views. I had more money in my bank account than the average college kid at the time. But she made it abundantly clear how her father would react if she brought me home for Christmas break. See, when dealing with race realist, I'm not going to say racist, I'm going to say race realist, you're not an exception. I don't give a shit what you do, what you claim you got going on for yourself. There's no such thing as exceptionalism. All of that shucking and jiving that Brandon Tatum does is for entertainment purposes only. Hear me when I say this, because a lot of you guys don't agree with this. Some of y'all take this shit way too damn serious. But all of that shucking and jiving and all that buck dancing you see on social media from these black conservatives, that's for entertainment purposes only. Whenever you see popular black conservatives or popular black liberals on social media, then you got to recognize one thing. If you don't hear anything else that I'm saying, hear this. Neither conservatives or liberals are looking to have an intelligent conversation with black people. If they were serious about having a serious conversation with black people or an intelligent conversation with black people, then they would give us more serious-minded black people to talk to. They'd have us in front of they would put black people in front of us with a sense of diplomacy, right? And do you really think that the likes of Brandon Tatum or Candace Owens can win anyone over to the Republican Party? They sound just like Nick Fuentes. They forgot or was dumb enough to never even know that they are nothing special, that their whole presence was for entertainment purposes only. And trust and believe, having a white woman in your bedroom doesn't elevate you in a social pecking order. It doesn't. It doesn't elevate you in a social pecking order. No decent white man. Now, I heard somebody in this chat room say that Brandon Tatum's wife is kind of hot. Austin Roberts said that. No decent white man to date her. I'm about to step on some toes, but I don't mean to. I'm just wanting to give you guys a reality check. No decent white man will date her, especially after she laid up and had kids with a black man. Brandon Tatum may not know this, but he's still a black man. No decent white man is going to lay up with her. If she ever divorces Brandon Tatum, then the only two ways she can go after that is a same-sex relationship or a relationship with some low self-esteem having ass black man. That's it. After all of the negativity that Brandon Tatum preaches about black people, then why in the hell would anyone in this crowd want their daughters or their sisters or their mothers to date or marry a black person? Especially when he as a black man spent the last decade confirming their racial biases. He's just a sideshow geek in the TPUSA circus. If Charlie Kirk is running from a debate with Nick Fuentes, right? If Charlie Kirk is running from a debate with Nick Fuentes, then Charlie Kirk should never show up on a college campus ever again to debate anyone.